This race is not over. The presidential race is not over. Whether Kamala Harris has a 75% chance of winning or a 25% chance of winning or somewhere in between, it's not over. And it's not just not over because it's August and some big change could occur. It's not over for a variety of reasons. Part of why it feels to a lot of you that it's over is because of the blue bubble, if you're in one, but also because of the way the conventional wisdom and the atmosphere gets set, which is what I want to talk about a little bit. I'll remind everybody, I'm not rooting for either candidate. It breaks my heart when people come on here and say this platform is biased or I'm biased, because neither is true. I'm here to try to help everybody as best I can understand things, to facilitate a conversation that exists across both parties and people who aren't in parties, to have a conversation like no other about where this election's headed and what it means for the country. Right now, if you did a focus group with members of the media or Democratic members of Congress or Republican donors or Democratic donors or Republican members of Congress, not all of them, but a lot of them, you'd hear the exact same things. Donald Trump is undisciplined. Kamala Harris is on a roll that may last through November. That the polls have shifted nationally and in the battleground states. That there's nothing Donald Trump can do, given his current mental state and capacity, to focus on Kamala Harris the way he would need to win. That his obsession with crowd size and polling and other issues make it impossible to win people back. That he's got a ceiling on his support, that he won flukishly in 2016, he lost as an incumbent in 2020, and that things have only gotten worse for him then in terms of his relationship with the voters. That the only person he was going to be able to beat was Joe Biden, and now he's facing someone new and exciting, and that makes it impossible for him to win. And as Kennedy and the other third choices decline, it makes it even more likely that Harris will win this easily. The reason why that is such a pervasive thought is it's matched up with some reality. But as I said, it's the conversation that guides so much of the information that people get and pass along in small groups, influences what's in the media. And it's super reinforced, not just because the blues think it, but a lot of the elite reds think it too. And that's creating this sense that Trump is out of it and can't win. And certainly he's contributed to that through his erratic performance. One thing you'll hear a lot of now is that Trump is different than he was 4 years ago or 8 years ago. Crazier, more desperate, older, less able to drive a message, with an act that's no longer fresh in any way, and that the problems that Joe Biden had with some voters because of his age and his acuity means, and the fact that Vice President Harris doesn't have those, means that it's just mathematically impossible for Trump to win. I'll say again, these things just are not true as absolutes. A lot of them are true directionally, and they're true today, just as it was true a month ago that if the election had been held that day, Donald Trump would have won. I'm relatively confident that if the election were held today, the vice president would win, although I'm not sure she'd win by a lot. I think it might be in the Electoral College quite close. So what I want to talk about today is whatever's on your mind about the race, but I want to continue to level set here for those who are focused on who Kamala Harris's Treasury Secretary would be, or what happens to the Republican Party in January after Donald Trump is off the national stage. I think those things are premature. Not saying they're not going to happen, but I think they're premature.